Before the shadow fell, before the crown weighed heavy, there was a golden prince in a kingdom of peace. He was Arthas Menethil, heir to the throne of Lordaeron, a boy of 9 years whose greatest concerns were his lessons and escaping them. He learned gentleness before steel. At a quiet farmstead, with warm straw and winter breath, a young prince calmed a frightened mare and helped bring new life into the world. It was a moment he would never forget. A foal slipped into the world, wet, wide-eyed and trembling. He spoke to the mare in soft, soothing tones, his voice a quiet anchor in the heaving stillness of the stable. Steam curled from the straw. The mare, exhausted, laid her head in the prince's lap. He didn't name the foal aloud, not yet. But deep in his chest, the word was there. Invincible. In that moment, a bond was forged, a promise made between a future king and a foal. It was a moment of pure, miraculous life, a memory of warmth he would cling to in the cold days to come. Then, voices, distant at first, urgent, loud. The world had found him. He wanted to cry out, to defend the small piece of the farm from the sudden intrusion of the world.
There's no time. Come, lad. You're needed in Capital City.
Fear warred with duty in his chest. His eyes demanded the answers his voice could not.
Your father has summoned you, Prince Arthas. There is grim news from the south, news that will affect the entire kingdom. Stormwind is no more. I will tell you everything as we ride.
The warmth of the stable vanished. He cradled a creature only minutes old, while an entire kingdom fell into ruin.
Ah, my son, come. There is news you must hear. Stormwind has fallen. King Lane is dead, betrayed by someone he called a friend. And now his son Varian crosses the sea. He arrives tomorrow not as a prince, but as a boy without a crown. Or a father. I knew Lane when we were boys. I watched him take the throne too soon, hold it with too much courage, and pay for it far too early. We raise walls and swear stone will keep the dark at bay. It never does. It is people, Arthas. People who hold the walls, and people who break when the walls do. When you meet Prince Varian, look him in the eyes. You're both princes, yes, but titles mean nothing in the face of grief. He will carry the weight of a ruined kingdom on his shoulders. One day, so will you. Watch how he walks, my son. That is what war makes of us.
Arthas had seen wounded soldiers before, a few bruises from patrols or beasts. But not like this. Not thousands without a city. Not a prince without a father. This was not a story. This was war. It was the first time Arthas understood that kingdoms could die, that power could vanish, and that no crown was eternal. That night he stood alone in the royal stables. Brightmane nuzzled his shoulder, sensing the change in him. Arthas did not sleep. He listened. To the breathing of the horses, to the silence of a kingdom holding its breath. He was still a boy, but something had ended, and something else had begun.